Hello, everybody. I am Bryan.
And I'm Bryan.
And this is Bryan vs. Bryan, episode 97. Ambulance.
Something to call ambulance.
You imagine in the South?
Yeah.
Y'all want to go see ambulance?
Oh, shit.
Ambulance.
Hit up Popeyes first?
Yeah. Ambulance. Ambulance. Ambulance? Now it sounds weird to say it normal. Ambulance. 2022. Released. What day was this released? Dang, this is a while back. We caught it late. We got the streaming version released on March 20th. Oh no, that's France. God dang it! Why do I always do this? Two different dates. April 8th, 2022. First announced in 2015, went through several crew changes years before it entered production. Oh, that's never good. 2020, COVID-19 halted Bay's plans to shoot a different film, so he agreed to come on board to direct. Filming took place in the midst of the pandemic. Film premiered in Paris. Grossing over $51 million against a $40 million budget. Well, that's not very good, but at least it made money. While the story drew occasional criticism, the film was praised for Bay's direction, especially during its action sequences. Yeah, I mean, you could have fooled me and said this was a Michael Bay film all the way. That's crazy then. If he can just come on to a project, like, yeah, I'll do that then. And then it's just Bayified?
Yeah.
Just instantly Bayified? Like, could you imagine if he did something like, I don't know, man. Just like Alice in Wonderland or some live action remake. It's
oh, shit.
One pill makes you taller. Shit,
the camera's
up.
just fucking flying all over the place.
So, a war veteran Will, desperately in need of exactly $231,000 for his wife's experimental surgery.
And 23 cents.
Yeah. That's a conveniently even number. 20, yeah. Reminds me of Mitch Hedberg. He's like, hey, did you read that 40,000 people apply for MTV's Real World? That's a very strange even number. You think it'd be 40,001. Anyways. So he goes and talks to his white brother. It's a bit of that. What was that one movie with Marky Mark? And they're all brothers.
Four brothers. Yeah,
Four brothers. We're brothers.
Tyrese.
Hey, man. No one kills my white mom. It reminds me of that.
God, yeah.
We're brothers. Or throughout the movie, they keep saying it.
Mm.
We're brothers. Anyways, he goes and sees his brother. Obviously, there's some issues between them in the past of crime, and Will, the black brother, took a better path and became a Marine or something, some kind of army. I think it was Marines, and Marines. And then finally, he's just desperate and needs some money, so he goes and talks to his brother, Jake Gyllenhaal. What was Gyllenhaal's name? Danny. That's what.
Danny. Yeah. And you know he's bad trouble from the get-go, because I think when Will leaves his house, his wife is like, where are you going? Like, don't go to your brother's house. We don't need his help. So you kind of know at the get-go that Danny is kind of a piece of shit, or could be. And
so he goes and asks him for money. Danny obviously is rich. He's at this big, he has offices, he has all these cars and stuff, but he does shady shit, and then he has the real business to kind of launder. Mm-hmm. And he says, I can't. All my money's tied up in this job, man. And all these people start showing up for this job. Some real seedy characters. And he's like, come on, man. How about I give you, what did he say? $8 million?
Yeah, it was somewhere in the millions.
Yeah, I think it's 8.1 million a piece. And he's like, begrudgingly accepts this job. And there's some good stuff in there, like that. Why do we need all these guns? Like, what are we gonna fucking do? We're gonna go in there and fucking, hey, please give us the $32 million. Come on, you know the deal. The guns are for show. They're for show. We gotta have them. Okay, they're not. It could be they're fake guns. Forget about it. And then it's pretty funny. The hippie guy comes in and is like, who the fuck does a bank job in Birkenstocks? I do.
It's like flip flops and shit.
Yeah. So they go to the bank, right, and shut it down. And there's these two cops got to fuck up the show, right? One of them wants to ask the bank teller out and never has, but his like cat, I don't know what he is. He's got stripes on his arm. He's a sergeant. Sergeant makes him go in there and ask her, and the bank's closed. They knock on the door, and Jake Gyllenhaal comes up. He's like, "Sorry, we're closed for a big count out or something." And then he convinces him to let him in. And anyways, Jake Gyllenhaal gets the girl's name wrong. Cop knows. Guns. All right. And by this point, man, Jake Gyllenhaal's a shit.
Yeah.
Like already, he's just good in this, man. He plays these roles really well. The kind of criminal guy, but he's very charismatic.
Yeah, likable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a Keurig. You want some of this coffee? It's really good. It's Keurig.
Yeah. You sure you don't want one? It's individual cups, man. Pick a flavor, any flavor. You like flavors?
Yeah, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen is kind of the straight guy, I guess. He's not really like, I don't know. He's fine. He's Candyman, but in ambulance now. Kind of the same guy.
Yep. So, and then we see that what's SIS? I don't even know what SIS stands for.
Yeah, neither do I.
But they're special bank guys or something. I don't know. Federal do they deal with bank robberies? I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
SIS, and then they're watching, and then like remember they're like, we put a tracker. We don't know what the tracker hasn't moved. They put it on the Mercedes. Cause I remember Jake Gyllenhaal. We're gonna take the Mercedes van. It's like, we're gonna look like fucking clowns coming out of a clown car in this thing, dude. We're not taking this. And so they take the big ass like work van, and so SIS sees them, and they don't act while they're in the bank because that could risk people. They act once they're out. And then they start to leave. I forget. They start to leave, and shit goes to shit because everyone finds them, right? And then people start dying. That fucking truck breaks down on the corner. Like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But the cop helps him like fix it. Oh, thank you, officer. God bless you. Thank you. And that's so funny, the chatter when he's, fuck, a cop's coming over. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can bullshit this guy. Oh, hello, officer. How are you?
Oh, God.
And then, pretty much, they all die. There's some...
Oh, yeah, and then meanwhile, while this is happening, we have this ambulance driver who's like this rookie, and then this girl named Cam. She's kind of taking him on his first run, I guess. And they save this little girl from a car accident, and then...
got this big shit sticking out of her stomach.
Yeah. That was fucking kind of horrible to
bad?
watch.
No, I think it's... I think it's going to be fine.
More child violence. We're just on a roll with this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of difficult to watch because I think they pull out of her. They're cutting it up from the outside of the car.
They're cutting up in the car, right? And then it's like shaking the cars.
It's like Jesus. But anyways, they are in the vicinity when shit kind of hits the fan at the bank. And they hear it over the radio, like shots fired. So they kind of rush to the scene.
No, they didn't. Oh yeah, they didn't hear it over the radio. Remember, they're outside.
Oh yeah, that's
what is that? Automatic weapon fire. Run towards it. And she's a weird. You think she's like one of these EMTs that's just super about her job and just cares about everybody because she does so good with the girl. And then he's like, "Wow, I saw it affected you. You were like really, really helping her." She's like, "I don't care about them. Don't worry about the person. It's your job to get him to the hospital within 20 minutes, and that's it. And never think about them again." He's like, "Whoa, what I heard about you is true. Okay, you're gonna bait me? What is it? What do they say about me, the EMT girl?" And he's like, "They say you're the best, but you're also impossible to work with." Don't worry, God. I'll put in for my transfer on Monday. It's like,
oh Jesus!
Like they got the hard ass cop dynamic.
Yeah.
Listen, pal, I'm a fucking EMT. I got time for this.
He should have played like an Iceman, like you're dangerous, just undermining him every time.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
You're a dangerous EMT. Yeah, so there's that dynamic. And that guy's pretty funny. I liked that guy. He didn't stick around long.
Yeah.
So they drive over there. Bum bum bum. And they're they're trying to help. And then Danny and Will. How do they get involved with that first shooting? I forget how that kind of rolls around. Oh yeah, the cop that they have a hostage now that was inside attacks Danny, right? And then Will instinctively he's just on him and he can't stop him, so he just pop shoots him twice. He's like, "Oh, you shot me!" And Danny's like, "What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? I'm a Marine, man. You punched me." And so he's sitting there. Instantly goes into like death mode. Usually doesn't happen in a movie, you know what I mean? It's like oh
yeah.
And so what happens? They let how does that ambulance get over there? I can forget.
I like how that's handled too, because it feels very realistic, because he pops him and then he realizes, because I've never shot a gun, never been in this kind of situation, but I feel like if you were in that situation and things are happening so quick and violence, and all of a sudden you instinctively do something, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh my god, I just fucking did that, and I don't know, I like how that was kind of portrayed, how he just felt bad instantly.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I'm so sorry about that.
Oh my god, ooh, my bad. Call the ambulance.
Oh shit.
You've never shot a gun, period?
Mm-mm.
It'll make you hard as a diamond in an ice storm, man.
Sarah and I have talked about it. We both of us want to go to a range or something.
We like the idea of shooting the gun more than shooting the gun. Okay? We don't feel there's an actual need to shoot a gun when you can talk about it. Okay?
Oh shit.
This is Portland. Okay? Shooting ranges are outlawed here.
Yeah, you have to go 50 miles.
Yeah. You got to go to Montana or some shit.
Oh my god.
No, it's fun as shit. Just target shooting is hella fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the movie. So they leave him and they're running all through the fucking place, man. And the ambulance comes in to save that guy, and Danny and Will are off in some other part, just trying to avoid getting captured. Now they're shutting down all the exits and everything, and the ambulance comes and gets him. And then they see the ambulance kind of pulling through the parking lot, ooh, an ambulance. And so they stop it and jack him, and he makes the driver kid get out and pistol whips him, takes his jacket, starts driving off. And then the SIS dudes kind of stop him at the exit. How'd you get in here? Ambulance. And then we got a cop back here, he's gonna die. He's one of you. He's fucking one of you. And yeah, so they're like, check him. And they go in, they look in the back. I don't know where the fuck, because they have two giant black bags of cash, right? And they're holding them, they're running with them, and it looks like a fucking a Disney cartoon or something. It looks like a Mulan or something. I don't know. You're just carrying something humongous on your back.
Yeah.
And they look back there, and Danny's hiding, and he's got the gun pointed at the girl. And she's like, we're fine. Just let us go. He's going to die. And I was just like, man, where the fuck is he hiding at?
Yeah.
Have you seen how an ambulance opens? The doors, it's kind of all right there. There's no corners.
Yeah, in the movie, there's a little nook to the left. I think that's where he was hiding, yeah.
It's there's no nook. Yeah. Every ounce of usable space in an ambulance is used. That's why, And it's the giant bags. Where did they go? I didn't really see them when they showed in the inside. And so, yeah, it was kind of weird. And she plays it off, doesn't give him up at that point.
Yeah, that whole scene didn't make sense to me. I was kind of like, this doesn't seem very realistic. I feel like if they saw an ambulance, they would probably like wave them by. Like, I don't think they would. I mean, maybe they. I don't know, but it seemed a little unrealistic that they would stop them and actually like search them. But
yeah, I mean, if they let him in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So they leave, and Jake Gyllenhaal is Jake Gyllenhaal. Wow, man, woo! My heart is thumping, dude. You were good. You were good. All right. I didn't want to have to shoot you. I thought for sure I was gonna have to shoot you.
Yeah. He's a good psychopath.
So they get out of there, and they're. So this is one of my biggest problems with this movie, is the story. There's like no story, right?
Yeah.
It's like nothing. It's so paper thin. But then again, like I thought the action was so good of the car chase. It's just like fucking what? 2 hours of car chase? It's like, when the fuck has a movie done that in like forever?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? It's like Bullet or something. It's just all car chase, and it's really cool stuff. Like when it's so Bay, and two cars like hit water things on the side of the highways.
Oh yeah.
And flip over, and I was like, I could just picture like like a transformer sliding through the middle of that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, Michael Bay's back, baby.
So, and they make some Michael Bay references, don't they?
Yeah, it was the
Bad
Rock.
Boys.
It was the Rock. It was the go fuck.
He didn't do Bad Boys, did he?
Queen thing. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh,
he did do Bad Boys. Because if they make that reference too, it's mob in there like Bad Boys.
Oh yeah.
The Rock. Yeah, I've heard of him. He's a wrestler. No, man.
Yeah, they reference there's a line in The Rock with Nick Cage and Connery where he goes something like, you gotta try harder. And he's like, don't try. Like fucking winners go home and winners go home and fuck the prom queen. And Nick Cage is like, Pamela was the prom queen. And then I don't know, it's just a silly little joke, but he references that.
Yeah, I remember in this movie, he's like, that's a weird thing to say. Like referencing that, a prom queen is in high school. He's like, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's very important we get over. Is this freshman prom? Are we talking senior prom?
Yeah.
So there's those references. It's pretty funny, but I thought the action was pretty fucking awesome. And it's another thing I thought was really cool was that there's a lot of drone shots in this.
Yeah, Jesus, all over the place.
And I didn't know if you were gonna like it. I imagined I was like, man, Bryan's gonna be like, oh, I like these drone shots. This just seems like a drone shot. I don't know how you feel about it, but I thought they were pretty fucking cool because I've never seen shots like this in a movie.
Yeah.
Like in the bank, there's a giant bank foyer, and the fucking drone is able to fly around shit while the actors are moving and go around them and stuff. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen shit like this. And then like car chases, a drone went underneath the fucking jumping car.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And then like big sweeping chases with the ambulance. It's like peeling and pops behind him, and you're able to like, and then come behind, and just all these really cool angles we've never seen in film.
Yeah, I think drones were meant for Michael Bay, to be honest. I mean, he's... I think, to answer your question, I think some of it, it was hit and miss. I mean, I think some of it was a little flashy and ridiculous, like stuff that goes over the buildings and left over the building
that was
and
the coolest
down.
Shot. Remember when it went over the building and then inverted itself to have the building perpendicular to it and went down? I was like, dude, that's fucking sweet. What the hell? And the people who are flying these drones, man.
Yeah.
Bravo, that's crazy shit, dude.
Yeah, for the most part, I thought some of it was fucking awesome, especially because it just enhances action scenes the way it moved and just kind of enhanced a scene. Whereas typical cameras, you probably can't do that. A little too dangerous. But yeah, like you said, all the stuff you mentioned, how it just flies through the action, it's really well done. I'm surprised I haven't seen it before.
Yeah, like if I imagine like that during the Dark Knight bank robbery. It's like if you had a camera like that where you can have Joker and all that, and the guy with the shotgun, you're coming up behind him and then sweeping around to see the Joker behind. Like those shots could have been used in so much more stuff, and now we're getting them.
Yeah, definitely.
So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, they try with story, I guess. I mean, you get kind of like some story with Danny and some schoolmate who's now like the head of the SIS. And you kind of get to learn a little bit more about Danny, about their family, because it's kind of hinted in the beginning of like their dad being dead and kind of this unknown guy and how Danny kind of got into this. So you kind of get a little more of that. But yeah, other than that, it's really just them trying to survive the day by being chased by cops. Yeah. And I think for the most part, for one, this movie's way too long. This movie's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. They could have whittled this down a little bit. But it at least in its runtime of them in the ambulance, there's two scenes that stick out to me where like there's stakes, and I was like kind of on the edge of my seat. When it's just action, they're being chased. It's like, okay, it's entertaining, but I'm not really that engaged. But there are two moments where I'm like, this is fucking exciting. It's when they do an operation in the middle of this chase scene on the cop. They have to like take his kidneys out or whatever. That whole scene was pretty intense. And then there's another scene where the head officer, I think his actor name is Garrett Dillahunt, but he's the captain. He's kind of been chasing him this whole time.
I was going to bring that up. That guy, Captain Monroe, is fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
He's one of the best Terminators ever. He's from Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yes.
Cromartie. And I loved him in what was that old Western show on HBO? Fuck.
Oh, Deadwood.
And he's
great in that.
But
Weasel.
They did the terrible thing where he played two characters at two times in that, and they think that we wouldn't notice. But yeah, I really like that guy. Every time I see him, I just think of Cromartie. That's like his number one in my mind.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's a scene on top of in the intense scene of the operation. There's another intense scene, at least from my opinion, where the captain sets up these snipers. They're kind of waiting for the ambulance, and there's kind of this cat and mouse moment in the movie where you don't know if they're going to get sniped or not. And I don't know, the whole sequence is really cool. So even though like, yeah, it is one long, big action scene, some of it's kind of like, I think that within that, there's a lot of cool moments that kind of had me engaged.
Yeah, the like surgery was cool. They're all on. I need him on FaceTime. Let me see the patient. Let me see what's going on. Show me the patient. They're all golfing. Hey, fucking Johnny! You got a surgery over the phone over here. I'm in the middle of my shot over here. I'm having the game of my life over here. All these doctors, and then they're all still smart asses on them. Hey, yeah, fucking hand the phone to the EMT, you criminal. Is this the criminal?
Oh my god!
And then I like that, and she's like boyfriends with this doctor, but that's what she says. And then when you call, you realize they haven't been together for a long time. Yeah. Oh, so you're calling, okay? And I love the fucking sob story. I was in medical school. Okay, we met there. All right. He became a doctor. And I became an EMT. Why? I failed out, okay? I got addicted to speed. I was addicted to speed, okay? God damn it. My life fell apart. I ended up having to be an EMT instead of a doctor. God. Oh, what a sob story. Oh, still seems like a pretty fucking good job. Yeah. Okay? I'm sorry you didn't get the $200,000 a year you had to settle for the fucking $100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny. I dropped out. And then no one asked why. I got addicted to speed. I would have thought you would have graduated sooner.
Oh, God.
Everything's going to fast forward here. I graduated like Doogie Howser. 14 years old. So I thought that was funny. And then some of that other shit was really funny, like the before they got to the sniping part, the mobile command center. It's like that truck with a canopy.
Oh yeah.
It's got these little chairs in the back, all crunched in, and monitors and shit. It's like, how are you gonna sit in a truck canopy, with the canopy on it? And it's like you're propped up, legs all up. And
yeah.
It's all weird.
And you're driving, so you're probably like...
Yeah. Chicks in there. Come on, man. Like, you don't got a swivel seat or anything. You're like...
Yeah. Like, have you ever sit in the bed of a truck? It's pretty bouncy.
Especially in a fucking chase. There's no seatbelt.
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah, how'd you like that Lewis Hamilton joke? I was like, oh man, that one's just for Bryan.
Oh yeah,
gotta throw that Lewis Hamilton in there.
Who the fuck is that? Is it like the best F1 driver in the world? Which no, he's not anymore. We've seen, not even close.
Yeah, he's dropped down.
Yeah, without the best car in the world, he ain't much, is he?
Yeah.
But and he's like, I refuse to take out my nose piercings ever. This is the mountain I will die on. Okay.
Oh my god.
God damn it! I used to be the biggest in the world.
I got addicted to speed.
Literally, and piercings. So I love that he's eating the Cheetos in there, the flaming hot Lemons, or whatever they are. She's like, I swear to God, if you get if you lick those fingers and touch anything in here, I ain't gonna touch nothing. You get that fucking red dust in my hair, and he's like, it look like you could lose a raccoon in that shit.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Oh man.
And then they get to the gay guy, the gay special FBI agent.
Yeah.
He's pretty funny. And they get through there. He's like at a couple's, first see him when he's at a couple's counseling with his husband. And then they don't make much mention of him being gay other than that. And it's like, it's weird. It's like, why even go into that part of his life? Because like later on when he mentions, well, my husband, and he's with all ththese cops, all these super macho cops, I thought for sure they were going to be like, wait a minute, husband? They're going to throw some quip. But they didn't say anything. Mm-hmm. They're just like, yep, yes, that's fine.
Yeah, like it was going to be like a reveal or like no one knows or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right?
I thought it was going to be something like that, yeah.
I thought someone was going to rib him or say some quip, but no. I was like, okay, well then, that was unnecessary. It didn't even need to say husband. No one reacted to it.
Yeah.
It wasn't important to the story. So I thought that was strange. And then that character was kind of cool, though. It kind of reminded me of like a Boondock Saints kind of detective character that knows a lot about the bad guys and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to school with him. What kind of school? It's like
it's like business, wasn't it?
It's like, no, it's pre-law. I was like,
oh yeah.
It was like pre-law. Why was he in there? To learn us. To learn how we learn. To know what we know. To do what we do. To become the perfect criminal. Yeah. Dropped out after 2 semesters. Never saw him again.
No, he's a good addition because Monroe is kind of a trigger. I mean, he's portrayed like a trigger happy, just get the job done at whatever cost, and he's more of like, let's figure out the best way to handle the situation. Yeah, and I like that. Well, by the time let's get to the sniper part, the sniper comes. There's some really cool stuff. He calls up the Monroe guy and he say, "Hey, I thought you were trying to keep these people alive. We are. Seems like I'm the only fucking one who is." It's like, no. Then why would you shoot at us? That was an accident. It was an accident. Or he says something. It was a misjudgment. Yeah.
I apologize. I'm sorry. Okay. And then so many times throughout the movie, back up the cars. Back up the cars. Mm-hmm. Back them up again.
Yeah, the one that was funny to me is like Danny at one point holds the EMT out the window and like puts a gun to her head because the cop is like right on their ass, and no one says anything, right? And then finds out that same cop has the captain's dog in the back, and so when the captain finds out the dog is in the back, he's like, "Oh no, pull back!" And he's like, "Wait, so you're gonna pull back for the dog, but not for the hostage that has a gun to their head?" He hears a bark, and he's like, "Is that Rufus? What the fuck?"
Even later on, he's like, "Are you the one that stole Rufus? He's still on my shit list."
Oh man.
And yeah, there's that. Oh yeah, and I love how by that time they know who both of them are, their first and last names, pictures, and they're still running.
Mm-hmm.
It's like at this point we got to get away.
Yeah,
it's like, dude,
you're done.
Yeah, you think there's any possible way that you make it out of this without anything? Like when they know your name, your full name, photos, your whole history. It's like, what are you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do at this point?
Yeah, like 50 times Gyllenhaal says over, "We got to go home. We're just trying to go home." I'm like, you're not going home. I can tell you that. We're
not the bad guys. We're just two guys trying to get home who happen to kill some people on the way, happen to rob a bank. It's not a big fucking deal, man. You're making this bigger than it is. Stolen ambulance. I steal an ambulance at least once a week. God damn, act like it's a big deal. You need to chill out, bro. Your blood pressure's too high. You want another cappuccino?
Oh my god. So good.
You want another Keurig? So, all that shit. Yeah, and then I love the plan, man. I love the plan. Call up the old Mexican gang lord.
Mm-hmm.
We need some help, brother. Oh, it looks like you're in a shitstorm, Danny. I'm looking on TV. I don't want any part of this. I see. It's like, what if we have 32? Or no, at that point they're supposed to have 32 million, but then they only have 16. I have 16 million in here. What if we gave you half? Oh, now you're speaking my language. Orale, Holmes. Give me a minute, Holmes. Let me set up the car, Holmes. And then he's like, the whole thing is like, remember, Will was like, when we were in Afghanistan, the terrorists would go under a bridge. Then all of a sudden, 7 cars will come out there with the same goddamn car. Like, get away. That's what we got to do.
Oh, God.
So let me get this straight, Holmes. You want me to go steal 7 ambulances, Holmes? And he's like, yeah, no problem. And then Danny has that moment. See, we can steal an ambulance, no problem. It's the attitude that you should have had the whole time, goddamn. Yeah. And then I love how they set up the lowrider. We got just the thing, Holmes.
Oh yeah,
it's
forgot
like
about
this lowrider with a fake driver that looks like an essay. He's got like the chain. It's not enough to just have the fake person in there. They gotta like they give him the flannel shirt with the top button and the full fucking LA hat. It's got all the accessories. Spent a lot on this. Full nice ride, like they just pimped it out in San Andreas, or on Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm.
It even jumps and shit. Woo, woo. and then next to it, it's got the fucking 50 cal Terminator gun.
It's like a minigun, yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. And so they drive it up on the. How does it get to the cops? The cops make like a roadblock.
Yeah.
And then the ambulance comes through. How did that part work?
Because all the ambulances spread out, and I think they're trying to catch them all. And I think they cornered one, and they had like a roadblock. But I think they one of the stopped them or something.
No, that ambulance had the TNT in it. Remember the explosion?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So they ran the ambulance in there, and then of course, like the Mexican guy earlier, like shows them. We set up this one real special. And he shows him, orale. This got a lot of fucking shit that explodes, Holmes. And he fucking just rams it into the cops. Michael Bay explosions. Ah, shit. Monroe gets like fucking. Oh, no, he gets shot later. Anyways, it explodes. And then the lowrider comes, and it's just kind of creeping in as everyone's still freaking out. It's kind of, they should have done. Just had to creep in, dude. Orale. And then the fucking. I like. Who is it? I think it's the one girl, right? Who sees it. Ambush.
Oh yeah.
What are you talking about? Ambush. It's one guy.
Car, yeah.
One car. And then, oh shit, she's right. Fuck me. jumping behind cars. Monroe's got a pistol out there. It's his minigun. Ah! Get shot in the stomach. Falls down. Ah! Calls. Where's my dog? Ah!
Rufus!
Rufus!
Oh god.
Homeward bound. Where the red fern grows. And then they take out the car eventually somehow. I don't remember how. Oh yeah, but then the one Mexican guy who was controlling the remote controlled ambulance, the partner cop who kind of started all this, the partner of the cop who got abducted, sees him running and goes and chases him down. And is chasing him down and catches him and tackles him, and the guy's like, God, he's on his back, he's got a gun to his head, and I don't know what. I didn't understand the physics of how this happened. He's like, oh no! He's like mind controlled him to shoot himself or what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Intentionally pushed his gun under his chin. Like this ain't protocol. Anyways, and it's on camera. Like,
the helicopter that's been chasing him.
Yeah, it's on camera. And then they show it on the news, and his dad is the main Mexican mafia lord. And he's just shoots himself in the head. And then, the dad's like, "Oh no, no!"
Yeah, it's all your fault, Danny.
Danny, I lost my fucking son, Danny. Yeah, well, 8.1 million is a lot of fucking money. So look, God. I'm really sorry for your loss, but most people don't get 8.1 million when their son dies. Yeah. So what he says is, "Are you saying I should be fucking happy?" No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Yeah, anyways. They get to that base there, and then shit turns kind of sour. It turns a little sour. Because they're turning on him. And, so eventually they're like, the Mexican leader's like, "I'm going to let you leave, Holmes. But the girl and the cops stay with me." And then Will's like, "No, that ain't happening." "It is happening, Essie." It's like, you brought them into my house, showed them my operation. They can't fucking leave, Holmes.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense. Yeah, sure. I understand.
Yeah, take them out.
Whatever. Like, just leave them, man. We got to get home, man. Dinner's on the plate, man. My wife made shake and bake, your favorite.
Oh, my God.
Once she shakes it, she has to bake it. So he disagrees. And Danny's like, has a face-off with him. It's like, "Man, I didn't want it to end this way, man. Where you go left and I go right. I don't get it, man. Why couldn't we have been brothers again? And now it's got to end like this, where you go left and I go right. Go!" And then they do the rush hour thing.
Yeah.
Where they shoot everybody. And then I love how the Mexican boss is just, "Oh, fuck, Holmes. That was good. You killed everybody." Then Danny kills him. They don't show it, but he just pops him once. And then we're getting near the end, and then what happens? At that point,
they go back to the back of the ambulance, and Will opens the door frantically, and Cam finds a gun. Or no, there's been a gun hiding underneath the cop this whole time, and the cop kind of wakes up from his coma and hands her the gun.
"There's a gun underneath me."
Yeah. And so when Will opens the door, she accidentally shoots him. Or she shoots him, but she doesn't know it's Will. She just kind of instinctively pulls the trigger on him. And so they haul everyone back in the ambulance. Danny gets back in the truck, and time to go home. He just drives out. Yeah. And then we get to the kind of climax where they get funneled into the hospital. They pull up into the hospital parking lot, and there's like almost like a shootout. They're all getting ready for Danny to come out. And then there's like doesn't him and Danny and Cam go at it in the back. Like he's just like, "I'm not going to fucking shoot you. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to die. You're going to die. I don't really give a fuck. My brother's already dead," because he thinks his brother's dead.
Thinks Will dies, and he finds out that she shot him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "You're coming with me, and I'm going to shoot you in the head in front of all these fucking people." And then
Brutal.
And then he opens up the door, but doesn't have her with him, which is okay. Just let me open these doors first. Hold on, get behind me. And then she shoots. Oh no, she does. Never mind. I'm misremembering. He does have her, and opens the doors, and Will's not dead, and hears that whole speech about "I'm gonna kill you as soon as I get out here." It's over anyways. I'm just to kill you in front of everybody since you killed my brother. And then Danny gets shot, and it's from behind. Ooh, it's from Will.
Yeah.
Like through the chest. And they get him out, and he falls down, and then they get Will out, and they're handcuffing them both, and they're both on their stomachs, and now they're looking at each other. And Danny's looking at him, kind of realizing that he's the one that shot him. And then we get some flashbacks of the kids
pulling on your heartstrings.
Yeah, shooting the little guns. And then Will is feeling bad. He's looking at him. I love you. And then Danny just dies sitting there in a pool of blood. And they're gonna let Will die too, because the cops don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, we'll get to him.
Yeah.
And then the girl really likes Will now. Kind of got Stockholm syndrome because Will has kind of been nice. It's been nice to me. He was nice to me as we were kidnapped.
Yeah.
He saved the cop's life by putting his hand in his stomach. And so she's like, "We got to help him." And the cop's like, "Yeah, we'll help him." Yeah, sure. Eventually. He's like, he's going to die now. And then it's the cop holding her back that's the partner of the cop. And she's like, "He saved your partner's life." Okay, goddammit, come on. They get over there and they help him. And then it goes to like the hospital. And I think the cop survived. Or at least he's in the hospital. And then Will's in the hospital. They're helping him. Oh yeah, and then the wife shows up and it tugs on your heartstrings. More, "Help my husband! That's my husband. He just fell out the ambulance." And then he sees the EMT sees the wife, and he knows some of the story of his wife and why he needed the money. So that goes on. I forgot about the funny fight they had in the ambulance where Will and Danny were actually fought. That was good.
Yeah.
They're just punching each other. "You motherfucker!"
In the front, while they're driving.
And then and he like grabs a flashlight to hit him, and then Will gets it, and he's like, "That's enough, man. That's enough. God."
There's another funny scene where Danny's like, "I need to get in the mood, man. I need to hear some jams." Oh shit! And he puts on this song, and they start singing
Stranger Things season 4.
They start singing the song, and in typical movie fashion, they like ump the track of the song, and they up the track of the actor's dialogue of them singing it. And so like it's a kind of funny, fun moment where they're listening to music, and then it cuts to the back of the ambulance with a cam, and all the music gets cut out, and you just hear them singing, just their voices. I thought that was kind of a funny cut. I
thought it was cool that it was that song.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I like this song. I never heard that song before." Stranger Things 4. I don't even remember how it goes now, but
yeah, I don't remember either. I like the use of California Dreamin' too. That was really well done during one of the chase scenes when they're going up I think they're going on the freeway the wrong way. I thought that was kind of fun.
I don't know about that. It was one of those weird new versions. California Dreamin'.
No, it's from the 70s. It is a remake, but it's from the I think it's Bobby Womack, if I remember right.
All the leaves are brown. The best use of that song ever was in Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. Remember the mamas and the papas are at the...
Yeah.
Everyone's else sad. It's like, all the leaves are brown. Cha-Cha King, 1957. So, then Sue, we get kind of a good ending I don't remember. I kind of zoned out at the end. I had some shit going on. I got an email about getting a second interview for this job right at the end of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, fuck, I'm trying to set this up.
Yeah.
And see what, so I was kind of lost the end. But in the end, does it show that he's going to have a good outcome? Because I know he's not going to go to jail, or he's going to get a reduced sentence because
so you don't actually get what's going to happen, but you get the SIS officer, the gay officer, the one who's heading this whole thing. He has his iPad and he's with the officer who got shot, the one that they took hostage.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Can you tell me?"
I saw that
one?
part. Yep.
And so the cop is like, "He saved my life."
Well, he asked the guy who shot you, right?
Yeah.
And then as a cop, he doesn't lie. So he shows the black guy, or he shows Will, he shows Danny, he shows Will, he shows Danny. Pick who shot you. And the cop doesn't lie. When he flips to Will, he says, "That's the man who saved my life," and that's all he says.
Yeah.
So, okay, so he didn't shoot you. We don't need you to say it. I'm gonna assume that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a cop. That's good enough for me. We're just gonna assume that's a.
Yeah.
You don't need a yes or a no answer. Thank you.
Blink once if he didn't shoot. Oh, yeah.
Okay, good enough. That'll hold up in court. When I asked him, he said, mm-hmm. Then did he say mm-hmm or mm-hmm? It was more like a mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that's actually all you get from Will, and then you cut back to Cam, who goes into the hospital room of the little girl she saves in the beginning. And then you see her walk out into the streets of LA, and then that's it. That's the end.
Okay, cut to black, and then we go into the Linkin Park song at the credits, right?
Yeah.
There is good. What is it? They are capable of great good. We have found a new home. Autobots.
Oh my god.
Roll out.
I love how many times this movie reminded you that takes place in LA. I think they remind you 8 times. By the way, this is Los Angeles.
Yeah, I think the movie was going to be called LA or something.
Yeah.
It's like it shows ambulance and then it takes out all the letters but LA.
It's like, okay.
LA. And I think even in the title where it says ambulance, L and A are like a different color.
Yeah.
On some of the posters. Yeah. It must have had a working title or something. It's going to be one of those movies where later on when it's on DVDs, it's going to be called LA. Like that Live, Die, Repeat shit.
Oh, yeah. They're going to change it. Yeah.
Oh, man. So, overall, I think it was pretty fun, man. It was a pretty fun chase movie. Had some really good action, really good shots. I guess I don't blame Michael Bay too much for the lack of story, since hearing the story that, has been around for years and years before he took it, and just last minute, since he couldn't shoot what he wanted to, he did this. For being a last minute, just picking up a movie, he really did put his signature on it, I think. Yeah, you could have fooled me that this wasn't completely in his, to-do list the whole time, right?
Yeah, it's undoubtedly a Michael Bay movie. I mean, everything that you know him for is in this movie, for better or for worse.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't have the woman EMT. At some point, I thought she used it. She was trying to stop blood. I thought for sure in Michael Bay she's gonna rip the bottom of her shirt.
Oh yeah,
gonna have her midriff showing or something. I was like, oh god. They didn't do it. But yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I can forgive the story part because of the action. For me, this is like a 7.5. I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend watching it for a fun old school just action flick. I thought Gyllenhaal was really good. I thought that Monroe guy was really good. I thought the FBI guy was pretty good. The Will character was just was okay, but he didn't have much to play with.
He's typical straight-laced guy. Yeah,
straight Marine guy. So Yeah, that's what I got. 7.5. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I am a Michael Bay fan. I think if we would have asked me in the early 2000s, late 90s, I probably said I would, because I enjoy Bad Boys. I like The Rock. Armageddon's fun and ridiculous, but I think from Transformers on, I kind of fell off the Michael Bay train. There's actually movies I haven't even seen. Like I didn't see his Netflix movie with Ryan Reynolds. I didn't see Pain and Gain.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that either. Oh, he did Pain and Gain? I didn't even know that.
I didn't see. He did one with Jim from The Office. It was like a military movie that I didn't see.
Was that the 12 Hours?
Yeah, or 13 Hours.
The
Benghazi
that looks dope
one.
just from the cover. I'm like, just the fucking poster looks cool. I kind of want to see that.
Yeah. So coming into this, I wasn't expecting much, just because I've kind of given up on Michael Bay at this point. But I will say that outside of some of the fun dialogue that Danny gets, every time someone opened their mouth, I was infuriated because the dialogue. It's just a poorly written movie. It tries to have a sense of humor with everybody, and it just doesn't work with this tone. So it just bothered me. However, that being said, I was never bored throughout this movie. This movie is a wild ride. It's funny because when the movie was over, Sarah was like, "That movie was awful." I'm like, "What? No, that movie was fucking rad. This movie was awesome." Just because it's so ridiculous and just Michael Bay to the 10th degree. I don't think I'm ever gonna watch this again. I think it's too long. But once it was enough, it was fun. It's a fun movie. Not one of his best. I do recommend watching it if you're just a fan of action. Like if you're just going in there just to watch a good action movie, that's which we should add. We gave Top Gun a really good review, and one of the reasons why I think it's resonating with a lot of people is because there's a lot of realism to that movie, and it's not like a CGI thing. This movie is very much the same, not even near the caliber of Top Gun, but in the sense that there's a lot of realism in this movie, like all the car crashes, all the stuff. That,
obviously, it's not the same tier because you're not using a fucking F-18 to put people in the air. But I don't think there's one bit of CG in this fucking movie at all.
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
I think there is some CG in Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty fucking crazy. Lots of cars crashing and fucking no CG.
Yeah, there's
at least that I could tell.
Yeah, there's even this incredible shot. It is kind of silly the way it's portrayed, but if you actually sit and think about it and look at the shot, it's like that's fucking dope. They eventually go down the LA River. And at some point, they actually fly 2 fucking helicopters down the LA River as they're chasing the ambulance. There's like this wide shot of like Danny hanging out the side of the thing, shooting at him. Like I don't know. There's a lot of like awesome craft in this movie that I think is kind of overlooked. That being said, the story is ridiculous. There is none, and the dialogue to me is pretty awful. But the action's fun. So for this, I'm going to give this a 6.8. I don't think it's 7 territory. I think if they would have tightened up the script a little bit and made some more memorable characters, it probably would have been the 7 and the 8s. But overall, if you have Peacock, watch it. It's a fun ride. Which probably most of you don't.
Nobody has this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I'd probably watch it again later. This is one of those ones you're not in any rush, If I'm hanging out with somebody and they've never seen it, I was like, yeah, let's put it on.
Yeah, it makes me curious to watch the original because this kind of most people don't know about it. This is actually a remake from a movie from 2005, I think, and apparently that movie's 80 minutes long. So I'm like, oh, cool. So it's just a shortened version of this. Like, oh, okay.
That's not that old. That's weird.
It's I think it's like a Russian or
I thought you were gonna say like fucking 1950s.
Oh, no. Oh,
Get him! He's in the ambulance. It's like set in Europe. Wow!
Oh my god, that would be awesome. Policia. I would watch that.
So yeah, what'd you say? 6.8?
Yeah,
6.8, 7.5. Check it out, Michael Bay's Ambulance. Pretty fun. So thanks for joining us. Hope y'all enjoy your Sunday. We enjoy having you. Please like and subscribe. Please join us every Sunday. We review some stuff. We enjoy having you, and we really appreciate your support. Also, check us out on Spotify and Apple Music, wherever you choose to do your casts of pods. Or if you want to hang out with us in our living room nooks here on YouTube, we enjoy to do that too. So, Appreciate you. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. To the next beast. Say peace.
Peace.
Later, y'all.